It's the year 2023. It's November. It's Birmingham. It's the NEC. That must mean it's Motorcycle Live. Oh yeah! So yes, we're all set up here again. You thought you could get rid of me, but no, for the fourth show in a row, I'm back again to talk absolute shite about bikes, pretend I know what I'm talking about. There's plenty of EVs, electric stuff. As you can see, there's a big electric test ride zone over there. If you want to hear about electric vehicles, go to feckin' mum's net, because I don't give a shite. Two exciting things I really want to see is the new CBR 600. New CBR 600 is back, baby. It's back. Also, the Ducati single, the Super Mono, I think it's called. It's not a bike. One cylinder, nearly 80 horsepower. And what else? I don't know. Listen, I'm already talking shit. I haven't even started yet. Do you know what? I'm just going to set the stand up and start talking about bikes. Enough about me. All right, chat later on. Bye-bye. So this is the latest bike from Suzuki, the GSX 8R. So following on from the GSX 8 last year, S8S, and the DE, the V-Strom 800. Now they've got the more sporty version, the XR, or the 8R. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of it. I've sat in it. Do you know what it reminds me of? I don't know if you can see me, if you can still see me there. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a mid-90s ZZR 600. Do you know what the ZZRs were always different to the ZXRs? So that's what it kind of reminds me. But apparently the head of branding and marketing for Suzuki or something like that, he's well aware and has come out and said this bike is aiming for the market of the Yamaha R7. But they've made it less sporty to give it a wider appeal. And you can kind of understand that because you can see here that there are spaces here to put in different bars, to put in a set of clip-ons, because if you just want to be on the road and just nice, spirited riding, this could fit you perfectly. But we all know what people are doing with the R7, with the RS660, although that is a sport bike anyway. But the whole Super Twin class is expanding. It's really, really competitive. And the R7s, what they're getting out of them, competitive with the Aprilia RS660s, is incredible with the whole GYTR catalogue. So my theory is that, yeah, this is all grand. They're providing the base package, because this is only £8,800. £8,899, and you got 83 horsepower. But I have a funny feeling there's a lot more to be made out of that engine with the exhaust. And as I can say, yeah, it's like they bolted these handlebars down, knowing that there's loads of space there for clip-ons. I think you're going to see these next year, completely revamped and on the circuit. The 8S has come out in different colours, and they look great. They're much nicer. When I saw it last year, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I'm like, got to look better in pictures than it does in real life. But the new colours kind of liven it up now. Also, but what I want to get back to is the DE, is the V-Strom, because this looks awesome. Follow me, follow me. How bloody cool does this look? This looks awesome. This is the DE, the 800 DE. The V-Strom 800 DE, it is £10,699, and it's the same engine, but this just looks awesome. The DE is their extra, well, because I think the standard V-Strom starts off around £9,000. I'll come back to that, I'll put it up on here. This one here, you got the spoked wheels. Shower forks, is there an uprated fork? I don't know what I'm talking about here. It looks awesome. It looks cracking. Obviously that sticker kit doesn't come with it. It doesn't come standard, but I have one over the Tiger 900. Well, it's a few grand cheaper. I need to get some of these manufacturers to start giving me some more bikes here. I'm paying me all money to go test ride these bikes when I'm overseas. But yeah, looks great. Let's have a look at a few more. Come with me, come with me. So Suzuki is basically, yeah, the whole gamut of V-Stroms. We have a 650, which I didn't even know they made. It's £9,000. It's $8,999 for a 650 XT. It is 71 horsepower. So that's a fair bit of money. And we have the 800 over here, which you're after speaking to. I think this is the base one. Oh no, that's the 650 as well. Jesus Christ. The 1050s with the whole price range. They're starting off about 10.5, and I see them there about 14.5. I don't know much about them. I think I said this at the last show, that I'm surprised that they're not more popular because they are great looking bikes. And for every review that you see, they're more than capable as well. But I don't know. Suzuki's been a bit of a funny one. I was kind of looking forward to seeing the 8R, but a bit underwhelming. Am I getting old that the highlight of the show is I'm looking at V-Strom's adventure bikes? What's gone wrong with me? And so we're back again for more pornography. Every year it's the same thing. The only difference is the CR is here, available to touch, to see, to feel, to sit on. Can you still see me in that wide angle lens? I'm sitting on a 42 grand bike, would you believe? 42,000. That's 44,000. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I hope these boys can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm going to be honest with you. When I seen it under the lights, and you've heard me every year, I go on about these bikes, but I have to be honest, I can't see the 42 grand. I can't see it. I'm sorry, I can't see it. Maybe the design is just kind of worn off me. Maybe, I don't know. Is he asking me a question? I have no fucking idea. I don't know what I'm saying or what I'm going on. So anyway, that's the CR, the Cafe Racer, the SV. It's their own V4 engine now for the last couple of years. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I'm turning away because the boys are behind me. I'm not feeling as horny as I used to. Is that bad? Sorry. I'm going to walk away now. I'm going to scurry away. Oh, look, over there, there's a squirrel. There's a squirrel. So if you've ever seen my review on the Yamaha Tenere 700, I think that was last year when I was in Rhodes in Greece, you will know that I absolutely adore this bike. It's one of my favorite bikes, one of the best bikes I've ever ridden, all-round bikes. And I mean that coming from a Panigale owner. Just had to let everyone know that I own a Panigale. Did I tell you I own a Panigale? Anyway, if I was to have one bike, if I was told I could only have one bike for the rest of my life, it'll probably be a Tenere 700 because I had so much crack on it. The thing is, there's now too many. There are too many Tenere 700s. There's the World Rally, there's the World Raid, there's the Standard, there's the Extreme. I can't make my mind up which Tenere 700 I want. I just want the Standard one. Why can't I not just have the Standard one? No, I want a World Raid with a fucking rally rims and I'm all confused. Magic bikes, I love them. Watch my video, it's up here. I'm going to put the link here. Watch the video.
And this here, ladies and gentlemen, is when I realised I didn't have the microphone on. The batteries had died. So I'm basically talking out me hoop once again, fawning all over the Yamaha R7. I'm saying that it's an amazing bike, that it's doing really, really well in the race championships, that people are modifying them to all levels of abilities with power and suspension mods and blah, blah, blah. Yes, so as you may already know, that it's been reviewed countless times and everyone who's ridden it absolutely loves it. It's another parallel twin. I think it makes around 70, 80 horsepower, something like that. I could look it up, but I really couldn't be asked. So anyway, in a couple of seconds, this lovely young lady walks into the picture. But that's pretty much it. Expect competition from the Suzuki GSX 8R next year. But for now, that is it. I love the R7. Haven't ridden one yet. Really hope I will one day soon. Okay, bye-bye now. I'm such a professional.
So the Yamaha R1, hard to believe this thing is still going. There seems to be very, very quiet about the entire superbike market, the 200 horsepower club. Doesn't seem to be a huge amount of excitement about it. And the R1, there's no updates in a while. I mean, superbike market seems to be kind of dominated by Ducati and BMW. Is it my age that I'm more excited about the R7 than the R1? I mean, what's happening to me? I'm not that tingled about 200 horsepower anymore. What's gone wrong with me? But they're still amazing bikes. This looks fantastic. It's 25 grand or something, no? Yeah, 25 grand, 200 and something horsepower. Do we need the exact figure? No, 200 odd, we all know, but yeah, it still exists. If you're in the market and like a Yamaha, I'd get one over at Kawasaki. Suzuki don't even exist anymore. Honda, we'll come back to Honda. Yamaha, I'm so sorry, I forgot completely about this one. This is the XSR 900 GP. I better go check that. Of course it is. Why would I doubt myself? It's the XSR 900 GP. It's the same engine from the MT-09. 12.5 grand, but they are looking back to their 70s, 80s, the retro style. It looks gorgeous. The attention to detail is absolutely spot on. I love it. Modern dash, everything. Modern everything, modern components. They just kind of decided to delve deep into their back catalogue, the historical racing history, and come up with this beautiful, beautiful looking livery. And that's not cheap ass fiberglass. That hasn't been done up in the back of your shed. It's lovely. I just thought I'd give you a look at that one because I never forgot about it. All right, we're off now. Somewhere else. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Bye. Bye. So Ducati, as everyone knows, I'm a Ducati man. I've had Ducatis for 20 years. Yawn. I still have the old Panigale S. I never bothered. Who gives a crap? V4R. 40, all right, 47,000 pounds. 47,000. You can get the standard version for a snip at 39,000. So 39 grand. Yeah, you can get this, but it will only have 217 horsepower. And how could you face the world with only 217 horsepower? You get stopped at every cafe you go to and they'll say, oh, is that the one with 240 horsepower? And you'll have to say, no, because I didn't spend the extra 7,000 pounds for the exhaust system and the fancy oil to get the full 240. So you've no choice but spend the extra 7,000 pounds to make 40. But then you do get 237 horsepower, which you can't use anywhere because A, you don't have the skill, B, you'll be done, your points will be taken off, your license will be taken off you by the time you get out of first gear on the road, and on track, you'll be too fucking scared to actually ride the bloody thing. So it is a work of art, but it's for, I don't know, collectors. Ordinary people ain't gonna spend 47 grand on one. And yeah, if you do have the money for one and can take it on track, fair play to you. You got some balls on you, and can I be your best friend? There you go, 240 horsepower. So we're still with Ducati because I'm a sad, pathetic gobshite. This is the new Desert X Rally. We have the standard Desert X there, which I rode last year. If you saw my review video from last year, I rode it at the experience here. I admittedly wasn't that impressed. I think though, after looking into it, they had it on the extreme enduro mode, which meant that the ABS was I just couldn't ride the thing. Everyone who's ridden it on the road or was able to change the settings that suited them loved it a bit more. So I gave it the benefit of the doubt. This here is gorgeous. However, while that is 15 grand, this is 19,000 pounds. So that's a lot of money for, I don't know, paint job and some spoke wheels. I don't know. Listen, we have everything else. We've got the Multistrada V4 Grand Tour over there. It is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I think it's about 22 grand, 22, 23 grand, which compared to Ducati prices, it's fairly good value. We have other bikes. You know what Ducati is. They have the Monster, there's the Scramblers, there's the V2. The V2 is a Troy Quarter edition though. What a moolah. 22 grand. I don't know what you're getting for that. But anyway, forgetting about everything else here. This is the one bike, this is the one Ducati I have been aching to see. And it is over there. Come with me, come with me, come with me, come with me. This is my bike of the show. To hell with the 240 horsepower feckin' V4R. This is sheer lunacy. It is a single, 659cc single, nearly 80 horsepower. Hey, what? From a single? It's coming in around 12 grand. Let me just have a look. 11,895 with this graphic kit. But just look at it. This just looks mad. This is just lunacy written all over it. I've sat in it. To Jesus, I may as well sit in it again. And it has hooligan written all over this thing. Now this has come with the slicks. Obviously that's for the show. But stick on a pair of Diablo Supercorsa SPs or SCs. Oh, Jesus, around Mondello. It just looks nuts. Ducati, please, I bet, as a Ducati lover, please would you let me just take one of these up for a spin. When the track days start again in March, I'll do a whole track and up the Wicklow Gap, and I promise I'll look after it. I'll be very, very good, I swear to you. But this is absolutely tremendous. This is the essence of bike fun. Let me see if I've got a few other statistics here. It's a Super Quadro mono single cylinder, 4 valve per cylinder, desmodronic timing, blah, blah, blah. I'm just talking shite here now because I just want to keep standing here and looking at it. So, 12 grand, is that a lot of money? I don't know. For this, smiles per mile, all that crack, bang for buck, 698 single. Have I fawned enough all over this yet? Have I sounded like I want to take it home and go to bed and ride it? Like, I'm spitting now as well. That's how much this. I'm gonna go to the toilet or something because I need a relief. Bye now. Goodbye. Another Kawasaki sound. Oh no, can you hear me? Yeah. I said this before. I said this a couple of years ago, a couple of shows ago about the ZH2 and this front. I said it looked weird, that it was scrumbled up paper, and I got a lot of grief from the comments. But you know what? I stand by it. And they're not cheap. 17.5 grand sterling, 17.3. That one's 21,000. Sorry, it looks weird. In fact, I'm not feeling much love for Kawasaki at all at the minute. And I own a 636. I own a ZX6R race bike, 636. I used to race pre-97 a ZX6R. So, I mean, they've got a hydrogen thing bike there. The ZX10R, it's glad that they still have the ZX6R. That's fantastic. They're keeping the flame alight for the 600 class. But as for the rest, you know what? Oh, no, actually, the retro style bikes. The Z900 RSs, okay, I'll give them that. They look damn good. They do look good. But it's not all doom and gloom, because Kawasaki have brought out the ZX4RR. 8,700 pounds, nearly 80 horsepower, 77 PS, 80 horsepower from a 400. Oh, what has gone wrong with me? I'm gone feckin' weak over a single Ducati, a single cylinder, and this thing, a 400, 80 horsepower. It weighs nothing. It weighs about the same size as a packet of Rancheros, an empty packet of Rancheros. With the ZX6R there, and I am glad it exists, because as I said, Super Sport is where it's all at, the 600 class. The ZX10 I don't really care about anymore. I'm really sorry. But this thing, Kawasaki has been saved by this. This is, to me, one of the stars of the show. It's going to be that Ducati Super Mono, Super Quadro, you know what I'm talking about, and the Honda CBR 600, which we're going to come back to now in a second. But this 80 horsepower, look, it is absolutely, this is going to be hilarious. I just stumbled there now. Does that mean, this is going to be, what does it weigh? Well, it says 189 kilos. That must be wet. It must be Japanese kilos. Because if this is Italian kilos, this would be 140 kilos. But, yeah, gorgeous. Kawasaki, you're still in the game. You're still in the game. Update the 600. Keep out this. Stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I just quickly had to come back into it. They've got special, come back here, jump in here, these special editions of the ZX10RRs. Colours back to their old retro days, the ZX7R, ZXR 750, different colours. Forget all about that. 26,600. 27,000 pounds. 27 grand. Sorry, Kawasaki, but Jesus, you'd want to be some hell of a fanboy. I mean, they look good and all, but that's a lot of welly. Right, I'm off now. That's me done with Kawasaki today. The 400 is good. And these are lovely. The Z900 RSs. Have a look at them. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. So another stalwart of Motorcycle Live every single year is CCM, and once again, they don't fail to impress. Up until now, they always kind of did a series of bikes, like the Spitfire or the Black Diamond or some other names I keep forgetting. I know there's Spitfire. This year, as you can see, there's a lot more customization, colors in the tanks and the frames. That cherry red frame is absolutely gorgeous. But I mean, look at this tank. This is absolutely stunning. I just love the bikes. I don't know why. It is a bike on my list. Funny enough, I was speaking to a guy this morning, just when I was doing the experience on the Tiger, the Triumph Tiger. And he owns one. He owns a CCM Spitfire. Absolutely adores it. The only reason he wants to sell it or change it is because when his wife sits on the back, it's a little bit bumpy. Now it is only a 650. I think it's about 55 horsepower. I should know this because I say the same thing every year. Yeah, 600cc, but it's beautiful. The customization, you're having a one-of-a-kind bike. For bugger all money, they're a little bit more expensive than last year, but that's inflation. That's the entire world. I think they're starting off at maybe 11.5, 12 grand sterling. I could be wrong on that, but the sky's the limit after that. I mean, they have the titanium frame version, which I think is, I think it's in the 40s. But yeah, if you're going to start getting a one-of-a-kind bike now, getting the options of your own trim, your own color frame and tank, they're just beautiful. I really, really love them. And these type of bikes, these are the ones you're going to have the most fun in the real world. So yeah, CCM, one of my favorites. Every year I say the same thing, and I'm never disappointed every time I come here. cfmoto 800 MT, we meet again. Because if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know I was the first person from the UK or Ireland to do a review on this bike nearly 2 years ago in Rhodes in Greece. I'm going to put the link here, or maybe there. But yes, I have ridden this bike extensively. I did about 240 kilometers on it, around the beautiful roads of Nice. I did have a couple of issues on it, very, very minor. I said this was an absolutely tremendous bike. It has a KTM 790 engine. It's about 95 horsepower, KYB suspension, electronic everything. It's got heated grips, heated seat, up and down quick shifter. It has everything. It's a stupendous value for money. A couple of things I did find out about it, which you'll see in the video. Go back, if you're serious about this bike, please watch my review video. The brakes were absolutely, they're J. Juan, they're Spanish brand, they're owned by Brembo. This is all stuff that I learned 2 years ago, but they're not great. I wasn't a great fan of them at all, but if you watch the video, you'll see I was kind of riding it with a bit of passion, if you know what I mean, and it just wasn't up to it, which is a shame because the suspension and the engine definitely match up to the, could definitely handle it. The other thing, at the time, there was an issue with the mapping. And you'd hear that on the video, my review video. It just was cutting, it was a bit annoying. Now, I have since heard that cfmoto have remapped it. They fixed that element of it. It wasn't a deal breaker, just someone else could have remapped it anyway. Your favorite rolling road would have sorted it out, but that was a problem. Silly little bits and pieces like the side stand. The side stand is criminally vertical. I mean, if this is on a slant, this thing is going to fall on its hole or in its nose or whatever, you know what I'm saying. But other than that, this is ridiculous price. Now it's priced at 9.2. At the time, nearly 2 years ago, there was no prices for it because it wasn't on sale in the UK or Ireland at the time. They were estimating it to be around 9,995, around 9.8 to 9,995, which even back then was a tremendous amount. That was a tremendous value. But then when they did come out last year, summer of last year, they were coming in at like 11.5. And I had to update the description on my YouTube video saying, no. Under 10 grand, it was great value. At 11.5, no. Now you're veering into Tiger and GS 900 value. But now it's down to 9,200. And from what I'm after hearing, you can get this bike 8.5. 8.5. I'm telling you now, at 9.2. This is one of the best deals of the show. And I'm serious, I did nearly half an hour video on this, up here again. I rode hundreds of kilometers on it on some of the twistiest roads on the planet. Beautiful roads. I rode the absolute bejesus out of this thing. And I can tell you now, apart from those minor bits and pieces, it was great value at under 10 grand. At 8.5, that's insane. It's utterly insane. There's just too much. cfmoto, my word. I don't know what to say. Watch my video, watch my review video. I'm going to be slobbering on shite all day on this. So just another quick video on the other models in the cfmoto range because, I mean, look at this. It's a 450. It is a 450. Only makes about 50 horsepower. About 50 horsepower. This is a little bit reduced. There's a 350 over there. This is a 300, making 28 horsepower. I mean, if these bikes are anything like this, the 800 MT I rode a year and a half ago, nearly 2 years ago, these are going to be superb. But this looks up. This could be a little like, you know, cheeky contender against the ZX4RR, the Kawasaki. It is a price. Is there have a price here? 5,600, whereas that Kawasaki is a little bit more expensive. Now the Kawasaki, okay, it's a different market. Kawasaki makes 80 horsepower compared to this, but this is a lovely little bike. My word, if you're A2, if you're a learner license, learner legal, 5.5 grand, what else are you going to get for the money? Well, I mean, who cares if it's made in China? Everything's made in China. We love China. I love Chinese food anyway. KTM. We have a problem with KTM. There's too many models. Too many flipping models. 390s, 490s, 790s, 890s, 990s, 1290s. Come on, KTM. And then we have adventure bikes. We have naked bikes. We have fucking... I don't even know what... I can't keep up. I can't keep up. They're a great brand. I love KTMs. I own an old 990. And then we have the new 990. Now, I've got to admit though, the front is a bit challenging. We're kind of like looking at, is this like Predator or something, or fucking Aliens or something like that? Now, to sit on it, now, as I said, my one's at a 08. It feels very similar to my old one. I don't know what to say. It does look challenging. I might stick with my own. It only cost me bugger all. But there are too many. This is an all-new model. It's about 120 horsepower. I thought mine made about 120 horsepower. But the rest of them, there's loads. I can't even keep up with the brand anymore. The 790s and the 890s, I think I've always just said so many times that for me they're an ideal bike for our roads, like up in the Wicklow Gap, or if you're living in the Canaries, it'd be like a 790, maybe an 890 at a push. The 990 though, compared to mine, like mine's a bit unwieldy. It's a bit of a one-trick pony. It's a hooligan bike, but this is, I mean, that's a 08. This is now a 2023. So, but I don't know, that front is a bit, KTM are well known for their challenging front ends. Every single one of them is different. And you kind of grown to not like them, but appreciate them, but I don't know what to make of that. I mean, that's Predator all over. So KTM, you have the 1190s, you have the 1290s, the Adventures. Mate of mine, Jonathan, has the Super Evo, the Super Duke 1290R Evo, and it is a work of art. It's absolutely beautiful. I rode it last year. It is a hooligan bike. I don't really know what more I can say about KTM. They just keep out-niching every other niche. There's nothing really much new apart from that, and that just looks a bit weird. The big adventure bikes, they're all down to like your own personal taste, really. If you're a Ducati man, you're going to go multistrada. If you're KTM, you're going to go for a super adventure. If you're a Triumph man, you're going to go for a Tiger. These, for me, for sheer crack, it's the Super Dukes or the Duke, the Scalp or whatever they call it, the 790. I think that would be hilarious. The 990, I'd love to ride one, seeing as I own the old model. Will it make much difference on the road? I don't know. KTM, you fancy loaning me one? Huh? Yeah. Some form of electric bike. So here we have, what the fucking EVs. Fuck that shit. And as you can see here, we have yet another EV manufacturer fucked up. What the look at EV shit.